Residents too scared to leave homes as thousands of bees swarm neighborhood mirror online. Horrified locals say the massive swarm was seen coming from the pavement in a street in Derby. Terrified residents were left screaming by a huge swarm of thousands of bees, with many now afraid to leave their homes. Shocked witnesses say the creatures were seen coming from the pavements in a Derby street. The bees have now stationed themselves on the pavement, leaving locals terrified of going outside, reports. A pest control expert has revealed why thousands of bees were in Normanton this afternoon. Residents called to report that a swarm of the creatures were zooming all over the road, bringing mayhem to the area. Many people were scared to leave their homes as the bees stationed themselves on the pavement and flew around the scene. Wayne Beck, who owns the Pest Master, a pest control company in Derby, was called out by concerned residents to the swarm, which he identified as honey bees. He stated what the bees were doing and estimated how long they would be on the scene. He said it was a most unusual place for the swarm to settle on a pavement. They would have been flying with the queen, who needs to take a rest periodically. But usually they choose somewhere like a building or tree or somewhere in the countryside. It is very rare to see them come down on the pavement. Mr. Beck gave an explanation as to what they would have been doing while on the pavement. He said basically, they were covering the queen to protect her while she regained her strength, but unfortunately in the process some of them have been killed or crushed. Typically, they usually rest between about 30 minutes and a couple of hours, but usually take off by 7 p.m. to find their next resting place. Mr. Beck said that honeybees are endangered but not protected, but that it would not be right to use pesticide on them. He added, I put some barrier tape up to stop people walking into them and upsetting them, but I would imagine they would have taken off as soon as it gets a bit cooler. Swarms can be a problem, but we were only called out to 3 in the whole of last year at a school, in a garden and up a chimney. A man who lives opposite the infestation, who did not want to be named, said he had reported them to the police, who advised him to call the council. He said, we are waiting for the council to come. I put a cone near them to stop people walking into them. I think someone ran over some of them. There must be thousands.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,